Think about the last conference keynote you actually remember attending. And I bet it wasn't because the speaker had the best data on their slides. It was because they told a really powerful story. It was probably a moment, a client, a failure, a turning point that made something really click for you in a way that a slide full of stats never could. The best keynote speakers know something that most presenters haven't worked out yet, and that is that information informs, but the story is what changes the behavior. And the behavior change is the only thing that really makes a keynote really worth giving. So, most consultants and B2B thought leaders, advisors that I've worked with often have their keynote around the other way. They lead with the research and the frameworks. And then, if there's time, we'll add a story at the end and that will kind of, warm it up. But it's actually the reverse order that makes it work. So you want to make sure that your story is not that garnish that goes over the top. It's actually the delivery mechanism. So for the audience, the brain is not designed to retain really abstract kind of information. It's really wired for what is called narrative, and that is for a character, a challenge, and a resolution. So when you wrap your idea inside the story, the brain really encodes that as an experience. And we remember experiences far longer than what we remember data. So, what does it look like practically? Well, for you, if you're presenting, so for every key insight in your presentation or keynote, ask yourself, where have I seen this in real life? Is it a client moment, a conversation, a mistake, a breakthrough? Lead with that. Let the story land first. And then you can name the principle that it illustrates or aligns with in your models and your frameworks. The insight lands harder when the listener has already felt it. So the ratio that kind of works, I find, is typically about 70% story and maybe about 30% insight and the framework. So if you're currently the other way around, that's often a good place to start. So fewer facts, more moments, and that will really create that shift that makes the keynote really memorable rather than informative. So if you speak as part of your practice growth and you want to be able to create a keynote or presentation that people are talking about on the way home, I'm running the Influence Lab. It's on the 17th, 18th of June in Brisbane, and we'll work on these specific things to really make your content, your thought leadership, and your IP come to life on stage. I've got a couple of spots left, so just DM the word influence and I'll get you all the details before they're gone.